understand it all? Two people, okay. But most of them do. ठीक है वो मिक्स करके कर लेंगे. बाद God speaks. बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम. My dear brothers, elders and my dear sisters, for the last 2-3 days I have been just constantly thinking about one thing, and it also happens to be one of my you can say old subjects for me, which I heard in my initial days as I was leading the life of music, and Allah Rabbul Izzat was making it easy for me to understand His deen. I started sitting with the mashayikh, I started sitting with the elders, and I was trying to learn what is the reason why I have to be in this world. You know, our brother just, Allah bless him, our Qari Sahib, he just read Ittaqullah wal tanzur nafsum ma qaddamat lighad. And then again, Ittaqullah. Something very important. The only reason why we are here in this world, as you know, I understood sitting with the mashayikh and the elders, is to make a beautiful Jannah, as our brother, he gave me this dua. बहनों को समझ में आ रहा है? Sahaba kiram always used to say, always, Allahumma la aisha illa aishul akhir. Allah, there is no enjoyment in this world. Even if you give us the whole world, even if we have everything that this world can give us, there is no enjoyment in it. Actual enjoyment is the enjoyment of the akhirah. Where did they experience this enjoyment of akhirah? How do they know all this? Where has he experienced it? Where have these Sahaba Kiram experienced all this? Sahaba Kiram कहा करते थे मेरी बहनों और सहाबियात, ए अल्लाह, दुनिया के मजे तो कोई मजे ही नहीं है, असल मजे ही आखिरत के हैं. ये आखिरत के मजे इन्हें मिल कहां से गए? इन्होंने कहां से एक्सपीरियंस कर ले? How did he is in this world? How has he experienced the happiness and the satisfaction of akhirah? I often used to think this. The thing is, there are two kinds of life that you and I can lead in this world. One is this worldly life, one life of fame and life of making more money. You know, today I spent 1 hour trying to convince this friend of mine, for Allah's sake, don't sell this house of yours, which is of $500,000, and buy another house which is for $1.5 million, putting this money as mortgage money on it, right? He's the only one there. His wife is not there. 2 of his children are studying in medical schools. He's the only one. He wants to buy a house of 1.5 acres, which has 8 rooms in it. It has an annex over there. Everything, right? Because I tried to explain to him that the happiness and the satisfaction that you want to enjoy in this house, you will not be able to. Why? To begin with, you are going to buy this house in the disobedience of Allah. To begin with, right? To begin with, you're going to buy this house in the disobedience of Allah, right? He says, no, in Rome, do as the Romans do. I said, no, this statement is not for us. This statement is not for us. दुनिया जिस रास्ते पर चलती है, हम भी उस रास्ते पर चलें. No, this is not us. We cannot do it. We cannot just do it. You know, when I see the Nike ad, it says just do it. This is not for us. We can't just do it. Can we just do it? No. I have to check, can I do it? What is Allah and His Prophet saying? Can I do it? मैं कर सकता हूँ? मेरा Allah क्या कह रहा है इस वक्त? What is my Allah saying? How has my Prophet done this? I have to see. This is the beauty of my life. This is what makes my life beautiful. Because if the entire world, if they join their heads to find a life which is of benefit to human beings, they cannot come up with a life that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has brought for us. They can't. لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة. It's not أسوة كاملة. It should have been أسوة كاملة, complete life. But my ilm has, there is no comparison between my ilm and Allah's ilm. How can there be a comparison between the ilm of Khaliq and Makhluk? But it should have been kamila, complete. But Allah says no. Hasana. You know what? Kamil is complete. Arabs are here. Hasan, Hasin, Husn. What Allah means is, not only that life is complete, but even if you see that life, it has beauty in it. For husn, you do not need dalil. Do you need any dalil for husn? For beauty, do you need any dalil for beauty? There is no dalil for beauty. Beauty is beauty. Husn is husn. Haseen is haseen. Huh? What a beautiful country. Wow. Look at the Niagara Falls. You don't need to have logic over there. Now, why is Niagara Falls beautiful? Just go and take a look. You won't need anything else to. You don't need any beauty. You don't need any logic to explain why Niagara Falls is beautiful. It's haseen. So you do not need any logic to see whether the life of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is beautiful or not. Just look at his life. There is no dalil to show that it is just a beautiful life. So if I lead that life is actually the life of Akhirah. And when you lead that life, you will say, Allahumma la aisha illa aishul akhirah. Oh Allah. Now I understand why Sahaba used to say, Allahumma la aisha illa aishul akhirah. We are the makhluk of Jannah, my dear sisters. We are not the makhluk of this world. I know you all want to be the most beautiful women in the world. I'm so sorry, you can't be. I'm sure you all want to be the most handsome man in the world. I'm sorry, you can't be. None of you want to get old. None of you want grey hair. None of you want to fall sick. None of us want to die. Let's say, for example, Allah gave youth to all of us. But we don't have the wealth. We only get wealthy by the time we reach 40. Okay, given you all the wealth when you're 18. First of all, to begin with, you won't know how to use it. Okay, given. What if you fall sick? Okay, let's say, for example, all the sickness is taken away. What if you die? मौत भी तो है. मौत का क्या करोगे? मौत भी तो है. What if you die? So Allah says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ اشْتَرَى مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَمْوَالَهُمْ بِأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةَ. Let's make a pact. All of you, let them make their Disneyland. That's not Jannah. You know why they made the Disneyland? Do you know why there is an Alice in the Wonderland? पता है आपको एक Alice Wonderland में रहती है. Do you know why she stays there? Because in their subconscious, we are all the makhluk of Jannah. We all want to live in Jannah. We don't